everybody and welcome back to Fergietime. If you're new to the channel, Fergietime is a Manchester United fan page. We're going to be posting all things Manchester United, from match previews and reviews to transfer rumours and gossip. So stick around, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's get on with today's video. This summer transfer window for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be his first one as the full-time Manchester United manager, and it's going to be a big one. There's a lot of rumours going around already that as many as 6 players could be departing from the Manchester United team, and along with a number of other players rumoured to be coming. Now let's take a look at who I think will leave Manchester United squad and who are the transfer rumours most likely to happen. So first of all, we have Marcos Rojo, the Argentinian centre-back who had high hopes when he first joined under Louis van Gaal a few seasons ago. Unfortunately for Marcos Rojo, he has been riddled with injuries and has since lost his place in the squad. And it is very likely that he will be departing Manchester United this summer. Next up then, we've got Matteo Darmian. Same sort of circumstances with Marcos Rojo. He will be most likely leaving Old Trafford as well. He's not really featured at all this season, nor last season, and when he does, he has a below par performance. There's rumours that he would be going to Juventus for a £10 million deal, but we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. Following Matteo Darmian is Alexis Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez, I had high hopes for him, to be fair. When he first joined last season in the January transfer window, I thought we only bought him because Man City were inquiring about him. I had high hopes for him. I thought he was going to be really good, but I think it just all went wrong, and he never got to grips with our squad, with our tactics or anything. Even under Jose and now under Ole, he's the only player probably under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that has not improved. So it's likely he will go. Also, it's not his fault, but the wage structure, the wages that he's on, which is £450,000 a week, is ruining our wage structure, especially this season with the likes of Herrera and Juan Mata leaving. Herrera demanding £200,000 a week. Manchester United said no, you will give you £100,000 a week. Rashford's on £40,000 a week. De Gea wants to double his wages. Pogba wants more money. This is all down to the transfer of Alexis Sanchez coming in at £150,000 more than any other player in the Man United team. So it caused a massive disruption in the dressing room. There's rumours today from Sky Sports News that Alexis Sanchez will be one of the 6 so-called players departing the team. Who's going to buy him? I have no idea. I don't know who's going to be able to afford his wages, whether it's going to be China, PSG, Juventus. They're the likely candidates, but Sanchez will most likely leave this summer. I'll give that rumour probably about an 8 or 9 out of 10 that he will be leaving. Following him then, as you can see, we have Phil Jones and Ashley Young. Now I'm going to pair these together. As much as 95% of the fans would want them to go, including myself, unfortunately they've just signed a new contract under Ole back in January. Very unlikely they will be leaving this summer. I think they're done at the club in the nicest possible way. I think we need to move on. I always give the example of when Pep Guardiola came into Man City. He got rid of all the old boys, brought in his new team of Walker, Mendy, Stones. We needed to do that last year, and we definitely need to do that this summer. Okay, we can't be messing about in the transfer window. We can't be having the same deadwood in our team any longer. These 2 guys need to go. The reason why I've not put Chris Smalling in is because of his recent performances. I thought Chris Smalling has done really well. So Jones and Young, are they going to go? Probably not. I'll give that rumour a 4 out of 10 due to the fact they've just signed new deals, but we shall see. We shall see. Now the final 2 players I'm gutted about that are leaving. Juan Mata, I think he's a tremendous professional on and off the pitch. I think he's a top player, but the fact is he's getting on a bit now. He's lost a yard of pace, and he's not fancied by Ole in his first team squad. He's barely featured, and when he does, it's very below performance rating. So Juan Mata, I think, will leave this summer. There's rumours he'll go to Barcelona. Don't know how true those are, but his contract is expiring. Same with Ander Herrera. Unfortunately, Ander Herrera has been a massive impact to this Man U team this season. It's probably one of his best seasons at Old Trafford, especially since Ollie's come in. I thought he's played tremendously well in that midfield three with Pogba and Matic. But unfortunately, Ander Herrera, you know, when you see a transfer rumour from one newspaper, you think it's not true. But now Sky Sports, BBC, a number of tabloids, journalists, they've all said it. He will be going to PSG. I think that's true. If you pay attention to Ander Herrera's social media, he has since the rumours came out, he has posted very little. I think we'll get an announcement very soon that he's made a decision to leave Old Trafford, which is a shame because he's a top professional, he's a top player. Who are we going to replace him with? We'll find out in a minute who I think is most likely to come in and replace Ander Herrera. But it'll be tricky. I think he's a very good box-to-box midfielder. But unfortunately, they didn't want to pay his wages because our wage structure is already out of this world. So they're the 6 or 7 of the players that I would like to... Well, some of them I would like to see leave. Some of them I know that are leaving. Antonio Valencia is another one. I've not put him on there because he is the only one that has been publicly announced that he will be leaving this summer. The rest are just rumours, so I didn't want to put him in there. So let's look at from now. Let's look at the latest transfer rumours. Then let's see who I think most likely United should buy and who will improve our squad. So as you can see, I've selected 6 players. One of them is already on Manchester United's books, but I will talk about him a bit later on. The 6 players here then, how will they improve us? Sancho, let's start with Sancho. Dortmund right winger, we are lacking any sort of right winger right now. We've not had a decent one since, I would say, Ronaldo. Some people might say Nani, who had a good couple of seasons, Beckham. But ever since then, we've had Valencia, didn't work out. We've had Di Maria, didn't work out. And they're just a few at the top of my head. Antonio Valencia, didn't work out, right wing, eventually moved to right back. But Sancho is arguably in the top 3 most exciting young footballers in European and world football right now. He is tearing it up in Dortmund. He's got the most assists out of all top 5 leagues in Europe. And the age of 18, 19. He's a phenomenal talent. He's English as well. He's confident on the ball. He's skillful. And the one thing I like about Sancho is that he's not greedy. He always goes for the simple goal. I think he'll benefit our team massively with the English link up with Rashford. And I would love to see him at Old Trafford next year. There's big rumours surrounding him, and I hope we can do it. But he only just joined Dortmund last season or the year before. So it's a huge risk, and it's going to cost a lot of money. But he'll be my number 1 target. You know, if I out of all the 6 players there, he's number 1 target for me. I think he's vitally important for that right wing position. Next up, then we've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Now I'm not going to talk too much about this guy, simply because I've got a video coming out tomorrow all about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So stay tuned for that with Crystal Palace. There's talks of him being in the team of the season. Whether or not that will happen, I don't know. He's got that Premier League experience. He's played about 27 odd games this season. He knows what the league's about. He's a tough player. He likes attacking. He's very good at defending. I think it's who we need. And for 45 million, which is rumoured, I think he'll benefit our club massively. So, like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about him now because I've got a video coming out tomorrow. The next one then is Ruben Neves, another realistic signing, I believe. We've all seen how Wolves are getting on this season, and Neves has been a vital part to that team. I watched him play the other night, and what I liked about him mostly was when Wolves were on the defence, he was the one sitting just in front of the centre-backs, and when they broke, it was always going from him to the attackers. Instant vision, can spread the play, can get in behind the defence, play those through balls. He's a playmaker, and I think that's what we need. You've got Pogba who can do that also, but I think bringing in Neves as well for about £30 million, I think we need more than one playmaker in the team. And I like Neves. I think he suits that position massively, and it's someone that we need. Moving on then is Toby Alderweireld. Toby Alderweireld is I keep saying this word, realistic. I need to find another word for it. But he's another realistic signing. I mean, there's talks about Varane and Koulibaly. If we don't get top 4 this season, we will get Alderweireld. I think there's a bit of tension there between him and Pochettino at Tottenham Hotspur. I thought we were going to get him last season. We didn't. I think we'll get him this season for £25 million. It's a bargain. You know, an experienced 29-year-old defender. It would have about 3 or 4 years left at the top. I think if we get Aaron Wan-Bissaka in, who's 21 years old, we have Luke Shaw who's 24, Lindelof who's 23. You need a bit of experience in that team, and as much as I want Varane and Koulibaly, I think I'd choose experience. I really would. In that team, I think a lot of players are shocked when they come to the Premier League how physical it is. Higuain is finding that out now. So with Alderweireld in there, an experienced centre back, £25 million is an absolute steal, and I think it will line up massively. And him and Victor Lindelof could prove to be a very, very good partnership. So he's another one I would definitely bring in. Moving on then, we've got Sal. Now, I'm quite lucky enough, I've seen him play live. I've been actually to watch Atletico play, and he was the player that stood out for me. I don't know if we're going to get him because there's rumours that he's Manchester City's top target this summer. Don't know why, they don't need him, but anyway. He's valued at £60 to £65 million. He's got a release clause of €120 million, so we may have to pay a bit more. We may have to pay about £80 million. But he is an absolute box-to-box midfielder, and the reason why I picked him is because he is a perfect replacement to Ander Herrera. You know, he's like I say, he's a box-to-box midfielder. He's good at defending, good at attacking. Fitness levels are insane. He's got that experience from the Champions League. He's so underrated as a midfielder. He really, really is. I mean, people look at like Toni Kroos, Kevin De Bruyne, and players like that. Sal is not that far behind. And the midfield of Sal and Pogba and Matic or someone like Ndidi or Partey, we're linked with Partey, so we could do the double over Atletico and bring both of those in. I think it will be massive for the club. So if we can get Sal or Neves, I prefer Sal, but he's cost a lot more. And if we don't get top 4, I think Neves is a realistic option. But Sal certainly would be a perfect replacement to Ander Herrera. The final player I brought in is already on Manchester United books, but it's Mensah. Mensah's coming back. A lot of people might have forgotten about him. He's coming back from Fulham. He spent the season on loan there. He's got some good Premier League experience now. So I won't be surprised if we see him in the team more next season. I hope he stays. I think he's a very good, very useful player. He can play right back, centre mid, and holding midfielder as well. And I like players like that. I like players that can cover those positions. Not like Ashley Young. Alright, he's awful. But Mensah's actually pretty decent. So he's coming back, and I'm excited to see how he's developed. And he could prove vital next season. We're going to have a lot of games, a lot of matches. And with that one season's playing at Fulham, yeah, I mean, he's going to be handy. You know, if we don't get Wan-Bissaka, then he will be covering back for Delo. If we don't get Sancho, if we don't get a CDM, he'll be covering that position. If we don't get a centre back, he'll be covering that position. So he's very handy to have, and I'm looking forward to seeing him next year. So how will we line up then? So this is my team for next season. This is our squad in depth. You've got De Gea, obviously in goal. Fingers crossed he's staying. He's a bit unsure at the moment though, because he's got 1 year left on his contract. We've got Wan-Bissaka right back, Alderweireld, Lindelof and Shaw. To me, that's such a big improvement on this year in terms of defence. You've got Delo covering Wan-Bissaka, Chris Smalling, Alderweireld. You've got Mensah covering Lindelof, and you've got, I don't want to say Young, but Young is covering Shaw. So we've got that's a good squad depth in defence. Also, Eric Bailly, I forgot to mention, he will be in there somewhere, obviously centre back. So probably take out Jones. The covering of Lindelof will be Bailly and Mensah. And I'd be happy. I'd be more than happy with that defence. I think that is such a big improvement on this year. Midfield then, we've got Sal, Pogba and Matic there in the midfield. Or Ndidi. I know I just spoke about it just a minute ago. I really rate Ndidi. I think he's such an underrated Premier League player. He reminds me of a 2015 and 2016 N'Golo Kante. You know, he's got the same attributes as him. I think that's the way modern football's changing these days. You're getting that small CDM instead of the big 6 foot CDM. basically, aren't you? You're getting the small players, you're getting a quick, fast attacking counter in football. So that's the way it's going. So Ndidi would be a good shout to bring in as well. Neves, I know we said we needed Neves, but it depends if we get Sal. If we don't get Sal, then obviously Neves would be starting alongside Pogba. But you got Sal there, you got Fred and Garner backing him up. You got Andres Pereira, who I think will stay this year due to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer liking the academy players. And up front, you've got Sancho, Rashford, and Martial. Lukaku, for me, he's on 12 goals this season, which is dreadful. It is absolutely dreadful for a top 4 team or a Manchester United team to have 12 goals as your main striker, who cost us plus £75 million. Is having an awful season, and I wouldn't trust him in the big games anymore. I know he scored a couple of tap-ins against PSG, that was nice, but for me, Rashford, if Rashford can develop on his finishing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer throughout the summer, I think Rashford has to start. And what I like about this front three is they can all intertwine, you know, so you could have one game, you could have Sancho on the right, Rashford, Martial on the left, or Martial drops in the middle, Rashford comes to the left, or Sancho comes to the left, Rashford goes to the right, Martial down the middle. It will cause defences massive problems with these three up front. Imagine these three running at you on a counter with Pogba and Sal behind. Unbelievable. So Sancho, I said, is a must for us. Rashford and Martial, I think, will start next season. Lingard and Chong, Gomez, Lukaku, Greenwood, all as backups. That is a really, really good attacking force. You know, you will see Lingard again. Hopefully, we see more of Chong, more of Greenwood. Greenwood should be coming to the team. I was really impressed with Greenwood when he played against Arsenal the other week. So hopefully we see him more. I'm happy Lukaku's staying, but he's got to accept the fact that he will not start. I don't want Lukaku starting. I don't trust him in front of goal. 12 goals this season with the amount of chances he had on. Let's just take. I'm gonna have a bit of a wind up here. The other night we played against Wolves. He missed an absolute sitter, and you can't afford to miss them. You're only getting 1 or 2 chances a game because we have no real playmakers, and he has to take his chances, and he doesn't do that. So Rashford for me starts next year, and I mean, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your comments. This is just my view. Please put down in your comments who you think we should buy. Do you think the right people are leaving the club? Is there anybody else that you think might leave? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter. We've got a 3,000 strong community on Fergietime 92 at Fergietime 92. We're posting daily of news updates, everything regarding Manchester United. We're going to be posting a lot more videos on this channel, so keep an eye. And that's all from me, guys. Stay tuned tomorrow for that Aaron Wan-Bissaka video. But for now, take care. Bye-bye.